From the dawn of time, man has collected and shared stories. Many of those stories are inspirational. Some are haunting. And many of them are downright kooky. Welcome to Kooky Tales, a show where Rob and Susan discuss stories ranging from the supernatural to the downright bizarre and everything in between. Whether you prefer the dance macabre or doing the funky chicken, join us as we decide if these tales are spooky, full of dookie, or just downright kooky. Here on Kooky Tales. There we go. It's really a problem. You love my weird references? Mm-hmm. My kooky references?
I get them.
If you will. You get all my references. You know why?
31 years.
31 years of blissful marriage. And you know what? 5
of them happy. I've been married, happily married 5 years.
What was this? I'd like to introduce you to my first wife.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Kooky Tales Podcast. This is the podcast where I tell my wife kooky stories, basically. I mean, that's really what it is. But I also tell you. I tell you, the listeners, and I tell my wife.
Right. And I'm basically the reaction video. But I also draw.
Reaction video. We can do a reaction video. Thumbnail. All right. So, I don't even know. We'll have to do some fun thumbnails or something. I don't know what we're going to do. If you are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Rob.
I'm Susan.
It's my wife, Susan. And you can catch the audio version of this on Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube, which is, I hope, where you're watching us right now. And you can also visit our Patreon, which is patreon.com/KookyTalesPodcast. We'll have all this stuff in the show notes, and we'll have it, and then if you want to contact us, you want to email either any of the staff of the Kooky Tales podcast.
Yeah, all our people that are standing back behind the camera.
Well, we got
a
whole crew. Back there.
They all run the proprietary KookyTalesPodcast@gmail.com.
They're like Oompa Loompas in a way. Yeah. They're Kooky Lucas.
Kooky Lucas.
Kooky Lucas. That's trademark. Kooky Lucas.
Oh, that's taken, dude. That's taken.
All right. So anyway, we are jumping back in. We're going to call this season 2. We did about 8 episodes, I believe, of the first season. And then we took a little break. We lost control of the studio. Turned into an apartment
for our son who's now moved out. Yeah.
And now it's not an apartment. Now it's our studio again. We've done lots of upgrades. If you're listening to us, you have this sweet, sultry sounds going through a new mixing board. We have a new camera. This is a new keyboard. Keyboard costs about $12. Got new mic stands. New computer.
And you cleaned off the table.
Same old host.
Yep.
You got new sound deadening tiles. Everything.
It's good.
It's good.
Now, you know, do we have a new story?
It's kooky. I got good stories for you this week. On this episode, we're going to be talking about counterfeits. So I want to ask you a question before we kick off. And by the way, everything on this show is unrehearsed and completely live. So I don't feed her things before the show. I don't tell you. Like, I have not told you the story. It's all going to be, real-time reactions. I don't know. You want to say anything about that?
It's true. It's all true.
It's all true. We're going to be talking about counterfeits. I think I mentioned that today. So I want you to think, do you have any examples? And I will tell you one from my life. But I want you to be thinking where you may have purchased something that you thought was real and turned out to be counterfeit. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that you already know because you were there.
Okay.
But our audience wasn't there because they're not here. They haven't been married.
They're here with us right now.
For 31 years.
Right. All right.
You'll remember this story. Several years ago, we went to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
while we were in Las Vegas, we were downtown where our kids were with us, I believe, on this trip.
Because we're responsible parents.
Right. You know, I took Mason to Fremont Street at midnight. And as we stood under women who were ziplining down Fremont Street, our 10-year-old son asked me, Daddy, how come they're not wearing underwear? So there's lots of, you know.
Too late for Child Protective Services to come and get them. They're grown.
It's too late. They've already moved out.
Yep.
So it was a fun trip to Vegas. But one thing that happened there was we were walking, if you know that like the strip area, you know, all the big casinos, right? And and they have the big crosswalk areas. So it's like you go to this casino and crosswalk, and it's like where all the restaurants were. I think we're going to Fat Burger or something like that. We're walking through all these areas, and there's a guy literally who hit me up in the crosswalk and gave me this story and told me about he was a musician. He was a struggling musician. He said, I'm really good. I just can't get anybody to listen to my music. You know, now it kind of pulled at my heartstrings because, you know, as somebody who is a writer and has gone through writing things and putting in submissions and then not hearing back or not getting published, you know, all those sorts of things like that. Like I could relate to this guy's story. And so he said, so now I'm just selling my CDs for $5 and I'm just trying to make money. And I was like, bro, I will give you $5 for your CD. I felt so bad. I think I bought 2. I was like, hey man, here's 10, keep the change. Give me these CDs. I want to help you out. I really want to help you out. And so I think we drove to Las Vegas. Didn't we drive to Vegas?
We did. Yeah, because we saw that wreck.
1,100 miles from here, 1,200 miles from here. It's a lot of hundreds of miles from here. A lot of time to listen to a CD. And so on the way home, we put in this CD, and my son says something to the effect of, I didn't know you listened to Usher. And I was like, no, I go, this isn't Usher. I go, this is the guy from the crosswalk. This is the guy who I got the CD from, because you understand it was his CD. It was his original music. I mean, this was a CDR with a printed cover that had that guy on it. And so the next song, I mean, I think by like song 3 was like something from RuPaul or something. I mean, it starts getting more and more like songs I recognize. And it dawns on me on song 7 that this may not be his original music. And in fact, I may have just purchased a mixtape and paid $5 for it. So, yeah, I would put that under counterfeit goods, where I thought I was buying something, but then it turned out to be a fake thing. Are you working on one of your drawings over there?
Yeah, I'm just documenting the moment, Fremont Street, you know.
Is it?
Let's see.
You got something for us here?
Yeah, I mean, this is he kind of does look like the, he kind of does look like the Pringles man.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's pretty bright.
You know what? We may have to, you know what we'll do is we could scan these in, and then I'll put it up on the screen so people can see it.
Right. And the next drawing I'll do with a thicker marker too. Okay.
Do you need a different marker?
I've got one right here, but I'll have you order some.
I'm not saying we're working out the kinks on episode 1 here, but season 1, episode 2, but new kinks have been introduced. Okay, that sounded weird. Don't answer that.
Don't kink shame.
All right. Do you have any memories of buying anything that you think was maybe you don't? You
okay.
know?
Well, you know that I am a Girl Scout, super honest, and I would never intentionally buy anything that I thought was hurting somebody else's business, right? But if I were on a trip and I was on one of those streets where you could get like fake purses, like fake Louis Vuittons or something like that, I would totally do that. The other thing
to help somebody out, or because you want one?
Because I want a fake knockoff purse or whatever.
Like a Louis Vuitton or something like
Louis
that.
Mutton.
Louis Mutton.
But here's what I know about counterfeits is that you can make like imitation Frosties, like copycat the Wendy's Frosty recipe at home. And that's kind of like a counterfeit. So I've never actually done it, but I'm all about like counterfeiting somebody's food recipe.
Knock off the secret sauce, like Big Mac secret sauce, Thousand Island or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. You could,
I don't wear brand name clothes in general. I never have been a brand name person, but when I was in high school, remember back in the 1900s, all the girls were wearing Guess jeans.
right.
And we did not have money for Guess jeans, and they probably didn't come in my size, honestly. So I had a pair of jeans that had a triangle on the butt, but it said Gitano.
Well, I also don't believe in wearing brand things, which, by the way, if you're watching the video, you can see I'm wearing an MTV shirt
Right.
and a Converse hat. By the way, this is the only hat. I just got this hat, and I have probably, I don't know, how many hats do I have?
50.
I have a lot of baseball hats, and the vast majority of them don't have anything on. I just started buying blank baseball hats. I don't feel like advertising for people.
Did I buy that for you?
No, I bought it for me.
Huh.
Why?
I bought you a Converse hat at the Converse store recently.
No, not recently.
Within the last year and a half.
No.
Anyway.
No, we bought it when the store opened.
Ah.
And which has been when the outlet malls opened, which has been 10 years ago.
Time flies.
31 years.
Yep. All right. So what's the story? Morning Glory?
All right. Well, we're not getting to the story yet because I have a quiz for you.
Oh, God.
I want, this is a list of the top 10 most commonly counterfeited items that are sold.
Purses.
I don't think that made the list. Just kidding. That's number one. Handbags are the number one most counterfeited
Yeah,
items.
I would think any kind of brand name like wearables. So definitely, because you own a pair. I probably shouldn't say this online. Don't raid our house over this. You have some fake Reeboks or fake Nikes or fake something that
what are you talking about?
You bought those shoes from China that were from the Reebok factory, right?
Well, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. They're not counterfeit because they don't have the brand. What it is it's exactly what they were. They're Nikes that are they're made at the Nike factory.
Yeah.
And then they pull them off the line before they put the Nike logo on them. And they sell them for half price.
Right.
So if they put a Nike logo on it, I would say it was a counterfeit.
Right. To think of 10 things that are actually counterfeited, like, okay, so handbags, like when you're in California and that you're walking down these vendor stalls or whatever, you can get Louis Vuittons or Coach or whatever.
Again, number
product.
one thing on the list.
Right.
So what are some other things you think might be on that list?
The clothing.
Oh, by the way, sneakers. Was number 5.
I'm going to say sunglasses might be on the list.
I don't have sunglasses on here, but I mean, they definitely are. I had, do you remember this? That I had, when we had that Isuzu rodeo that was green, we went to the flea market and I bought a pair of Oakleys. I bought 2 pairs of Oakleys and it was 2 for $10. And we called them my Fakeleys because there's no way Oakleys. And I had a coworker that was so impressed that I had Oakleys.
I remember who it was.
Yeah.
Perfume.
Perfume is, I believe, on the list. The problem is the list is hard to sort through here. So
right. And I'm going to say then also cosmetics. Because I saw a documentary about cosmetics in those little booth stall things at flea markets and stuff like that.
I believe that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to read you a list going from 10 down to 1.
Okay.
Number 10, food products.
Food?
Yep. It is a big issue. And in fact, one of the 2 Kooky Tales I'm going to tell you today has to do with the food industry.
Huh.
Now, I did read an article. This is not the story I was going to tell you, but there are so counterfeit food could be like making an inferior food and then putting a different label on it, But I did read an article about how in China they sell counterfeit eggs and counterfeit grapes. They literally have take a mold of grapes and pour grape juice and stuff in it and freeze them and they sell them. And then by the time you get your grapes, you're like, hey, these aren't the grapes I was looking for. You're already out. I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, how could that be cheaper than just
buying a grape?
Right, buying grapes, right?
Right.
But
here's an imitation hot dog. What's it made of? Well, it's not made of lips and buttholes. It's made of meat.
They take whatever's left over from the hot dog thing and they put it back into more hot dogs.
Yuck.
It's a hot dog. Or would it be a hot dog?
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
What's next?
Number 9. This is going to take a long time to get through this list. Number 9 is it just says designer labels.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could make a Louis Vuitton label and then put it on something else, right?
Yep.
Number 8, computers. So you make a knockoff computer, you put cheap parts in there, put whatever, and then you slap Dell or HP or whatever on that.
Huh.
And then
you pour some grape juice in the mold in the shape of a computer. You get it home and you're like, where'd my computer go?
I don't know, but it was delicious.
God.
Number 7, you ready? Pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is that?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Number 6, movies. Now, not a big thing for us here in Oklahoma, right? But if you remember, like when we've gone to New York City or places like that, you will see people on the street selling DVDs, selling things like that. And they're all, they're having them burned and they have them either have them pressed or whatever. And they put them in the bootleg things and they'll sell movies for $5.
I just thought of one.
What?
Watches.
Well, it's too late now. The list is already rolling. Number 5, sneakers.
Yep.
We already covered.
Yep.
Number 4, smartphones. I don't know.
How do you make a smartphone out of grape juice?
I mean, I think if you can make smartphones, you need to not be in the counterfeiting business. You just need to be making smartphones.
Yeah, who cares what brand it is if it works?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't send hate mail. I don't care about technology stuff. I do technology, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 3, jewelry.
Yeah, because Mason bought some $5 watches in Times Square one time when we were there, and he wore it around with pride, and then it immediately turned his wrist a color. Yeah.
So jewelry, watch it. You said watches,
Rolex.
so
Yeah,
I'll put jewelry on there. But actually, I won't put it on there because number 2 is watches.
Yeah, specifically because men's watches are like they can go up to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, can you imagine?
And so if you're getting one for $5 in Times Square, probably a counterfeit.
I've owned 2 watches. Well, that's not true. I don't know that I've ever had an opportunity to buy a counterfeit watch. My Star Wars watch that I got when I was in kindergarten was definitely legit.
It's genuine Star Wars.
Number 1, handbags, which you said right off the bat.
That makes sense. I didn't think about pharmaceuticals. That's true though. Yeah.
That's a weird one, So with that, I want to segue into this first Kooky tale. Now, this is, again, I told you it's related to the food industry, right? Before I get into that, I got another list for you. You want to do another list? You want to guess some stuff?
Yeah.
What do you think the 10 by sales, the 10 most popular beers in the United States?
In the United States. And are they domestic and imported?
Both.
Okay. Coors.
Yes. So they have like Coors Light. But
okay. Yeah. The Coors brands, right? Let's say Bud.
Budweiser is on here. Also Bud Light is on here.
Corona.
Corona is on here.
Modelo.
Modelo is number 1.
Yeah, I love me some Modelo.
Really?
I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
I've never ordered a Modelo.
Right? Guinness. I love Guinness.
Guinness is number 10 on the list. No, that's Heineken.
Okay, Heineken. Sam Adams.
Not on the list in total number of sales.
Really? Dos Equis?
Also not on the list.
What?
You got Modelo at number 1, and I'm just going through in order. You got Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, which is what I drink.
The one you drink,
low carb. Coors Light, Corona Extra, Miller Light, Budweiser, Busch Light, Natural Light, which I thought that almost sounds like a joke. I'll have some natural light. Well, why don't you open up the shades?
Oh, boy.
I thought you'd like that one. Number 10 is Heineken.
Heineken.
So this Kooky tale involves beer.
Oh.
And specifically, it involves Budweiser. Now, when you think of Budweiser, I think of an American beer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like good old down south, get off work, you're going to have open it up, you have a Budweiser, right?
Yeah.
Budweiser has moved many, if not most of their breweries to China.
That's so disappointing.
A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of Budweiser is actually brewed in China.
Wow.
Okay. And this story actually begins in China. Now, we've talked about this. When you and I were, especially teenagers, there was the thing where like we worked in fast food, whatever, but whether gross things happen. I mean, I never did anything gross at a fast food place. I don't think you ever did anything gross at a fast food place.
Oh, let's talk about the pudding can.
That's not gross. That's just eating pudding out of a
with the same spoon.
Yeah, but that was in my house.
No, I would never do anything to another human's food. Never. No.
So, like the stories of like I heard somebody one time, they're like, I made coleslaw and I stirred it with my feet.
Oh God.
Right. But I never saw anything like that. I never, I would have said something, so straight laced. Right. But you know what we didn't have? Smartphones.
Oh yeah.
Regular real ones or counterfeit.
Mm-hmm. Hadn't even thought of them yet. Yeah.
And so, no matter what happens, somebody will record it with their phone and they will post it online, and eventually, it will get passed around. And so there was a video that showed up on WeChat, which I believe is Chinese social media, but then the video immediately made it to YouTube. Okay. And here's what this video showed. It showed a 30-gallon plastic tub. Okay. Like one of the ones we have in the garage, filled with beer. All right. Then it shows a bunch of women standing around the tub, pushing empty beer cans that, by the way, they got from local recycling plants, pushing them down in and filling them back up with beer cans. Okay. When they're done with them, and by the way, no gloves, no nothing. It's just a bunch of women filling up empty cans of beer with beer in this tub. Okay.
Okay.
This sounds like a small time operation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they put them on an assembly line that sends them down to a system that puts new labels on them and reattaches new pop top lids on these aluminum cans.
Where do they get the beer? Is it just some crappy beer?
Any beer they can find, and probably not all one brand.
I do not understand this.
It is literally tub O beer. And by the way, not that any of it's more or less gross, but I want you to imagine the beer at the bottom of that thing, like where people's hands have been in it and sweaty and everything for an hour, scooping beer out of this thing, and every dirty can, everything, right? Okay. So, by the way, I will show a clip of this. This video is on YouTube.
I do not want to see that.
Right.
What they're selling it as Budweiser?
Oh, we're getting there. Because once the video made it out, they were like, "Oh, we're going to raid these people. We're going to go do this." Because if you have machinery that's recanning old cans, that's not small time anymore, right?
Right.
So they did. They raided this factory in China, and they were making 60,000 cases of beer a month. It was the equivalent of 600,000 cans of beer a month of scooping cheap beer into old cans, putting them in there. Right. It's gross. Okay. Now, the good news for you and I, is that beer was not being exported out. They weren't shipping that to the US. They weren't shipping that anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What they were doing is going around and selling it really cheap to all the local bars, to all the local restaurants, all the local karaoke bars.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were going to those places and you lived in China, you're drinking gross counterfeit Budweiser beer.
I'm so great. First of all, were the cans clean? We don't know.
You don't know.
Why couldn't they just put the beer in like a vat and fill the cans like normal people instead of having people stick their gross arms in?
Right. Well, they're not making the beer. They're literally getting cheap beer, whatever beer, probably maybe beers that are half empty. Who knows? And pouring it in plastic tubs. That's why we're drinking water today and not having beer out here.
I do not understand that.
So that was And by the way, I wrote this down here. The city is Dongguan, Guangdong. The province is Guangdong. The city is Dongguan, which, by the way, is like a city and a state, right? Both the city and the state have the word dong. What are the odds of that? So here's something I pulled up for you. 5 U.S. cities with the word dong in them.
Really? Ding Dong, Iowa.
Ding Dong, Iowa. Our apologies that you just lost all of our listeners from Iowa.
Hey.
Well, just the ones from Ding Dong, Iowa. You got a drawing over there?
I don't think I can show it. And now that I you see why? I don't think I can show it. I'm sorry. You see what I did?
Yeah, it's a little racist.
I didn't mean it. It's just that I'm not very good at art.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hold it up and I'm going to put my hand right here because
you were just trying to make it look like a Chinese factory.
I wanted it to be authentic. Yeah. But that's a little tub of beer right here, right? And then there's the yucky cans of disgustingness. And then there's an assembly line where they're going down. And at the end is the final product.
Yuck. You'll never guess any of these. But I'm just going to tell you. And by the way, 4 of the 5 have the exact same city name.
Wait, give me just 1 second. Dongwood. No.
Get it?
I didn't even get it. Okay, what are they?
Dongan Hills.
Okay. Dongan.
Which is in New York.
It sounds like Scottish or something like that.
Population 6,000 to 7,000.
Dongan.
All the rest of these are literally cities in the United States named Dongola. There's Dongola, Illinois. Population approximately 700. It's hard to get people to live in towns that start with Dong.
I bet they've got great t-shirts.
Dongola Township, which is, where is that one? Oh, it's also in Illinois. Population, it says few hundred. And then we got Dongola, Arkansas. Population 1 to 200. Depends on... There's a party. There's a party.
I've been to Shinola, Arkansas, and its sister city.
Yeah, I know. And then the last one here on the list is Dongola, Missouri, which is that wouldn't be that far from us. Population under 200, it says.
Dongola.
Yeah. So there you go. I think if we have any listeners, if you're out there and you're from Dongola, we would love a t-shirt or a bumper sticker or a sticker or something.
2X, please.
Sticker? That's weird.
No. Dongola.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Ding Dong, Iowa.
Has something about Dongolas and 2XL. I'm not even touching that one.
Oh, yeah, you are.
All right. All right. You ready for a Kooky Tale number 2?
Yeah.
All right. This is not about beer. This is about money. And before we get into it, I want to tell you, and I think you know this story, so don't spoil the ending. Okay. This story took place in the around the late 70s, early 80s. Okay. There was here in Oklahoma City, there was a local car dealership that decided to run a promotion. And the part of this promotion was to print fake money and put money on the cars. And so if you found this money, I believe the way it worked is you found the money and then you would take it in and you would get that discount off of the car. Okay. So that was the idea. But you can't just copy money, right? Because it would be counterfeit, right? Mm-hmm. So they went to a local printing company and they said what the idea was, but the idea was they wanted the dollar bills. They were going to do $20 bills and they wanted them to be made supersized, like double normal size. Okay. So that way you wouldn't, mistake them for being a real $20 bill. Right. So if you found 5 on a car, you would get $100 off the car. That was kind of the idea. So they went to this printing company and the printing company said, no problem. And they did them. They made the plates. They printed these 20s. I don't think they were like on cloth. They weren't like counterfeit, but they looked exactly like $20.
Like a real dollar.
They looked so much like $20 bills that the FBI showed up.
Oh, really?
The FBI came into the print shop and said, "You're printing these things. We want to see them or whatever." And they showed it to them and they said, "Yeah, this is getting shut down right now."
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they stopped the presses. It's like on the news, like they go, "Stop the presses." They stopped the presses. They took all the sheets and everything and they got rid of them. Right. And then they took all the money that had been printed and they destroyed it. So that was the end of that. Right. Except for the printer in that story was my dad, who worked at a print shop. And in his desk, he had some of the $20 bills that they had not delivered yet. And
is that true?
This is a 100% true story. And so,
wow.
If you're watching the YouTube thing, I'll put this in front of the camera here. And I probably shouldn't, but these are the $20 bills. Some of the $20 bills. And these are the ones that I have in my possession are the only ones that still exist. All the other ones.
I mean, they're giant. They're not
They are. They're more than, well, you think they're 4 times normal size?
Yeah, they're not like counterfeit money. They're just like.
Right. But the idea is that you could take this, I guess, and then, well, I don't know. I was going to say you could put this on a copier and then shrink it, but then you could just copy a real dollar bill too. So it wouldn't really matter. But you could see on the front and back. But I think that was the concern, was that they had made the plates, they had made everything so they could.
I guess you could, couldn't you?
They could shrink them down and they could print them because, they don't feel them. If you want to see what it feels like, they don't feel like a real dollar bill, but they don't feel like straight up paper either.
Yeah, but the printing, it's got like all the little engraving and all that stuff, and
yeah, these are the older ones that I think were a little easier to.
Crazy.
So there you go. So
yeah, no one is going to think that's a real dollar bill,
right?
Now, if you took it to Europe, you're like, "I would like some cheese, please." Here you go.
They go, "Oh, inflation."
This is the real deal, huh?
Yeah, this is those. These are those.
And they all had the same serial number.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So there you go. These were FBI took them all except for the ones my dad had in his desk. And my dad, the whole time I was growing up, he had them. And I mentioned to him one time, I was like, "Oh, I remember those things." And then he came over next weekend and he goes, "Oh, here you go. You can have the legacy passes on to me." So
wow,
this is 100% will be the only money that we make off this podcast will be these gigantic fake $20 bills.
That's really cool.
So there you go. So, this story, boy, we're going to take a jump. You ready? This story is called Operation Burn Hard. What do you got there?
Well, it's a dirty, dirty used car salesman, and he's holding some fake money. And there's a car. That's a realistic looking car. If I ever saw one, it looks like something from Beavis and Butthead. It's got some money on the front. That's a good drawing. Who wouldn't want that?
This is the old woman who drove up in a shoe.
It's like a hearse. It's like a hearse.
A hearse made a look at it. So, Operation Bernhardt. Okay. And we're going to take a hard turn here because we're doing lots of laughing. You ready?
All right.
This takes place in concentration camps in World War II.
Oh my God.
Okay. So the Nazis, who had lots of crazy ideas.
Like Mengele.
This isn't that bad, but
okay.
It's kooky ideas about warfare and whatever. Right?
Okay.
They came up with an idea, and this was their idea. They were going to destroy Europe this was the idea they came up with, by counterfeiting Europe's money and dumping it into Europe, which would
make the value of the money less.
Right. So it would destroy their economy.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the idea.
Interesting.
Right. But the Nazis didn't really have any way to do that. Right. They didn't have anybody that was skilled to do that. Right. So they went through the concentration camps and they started looking for people with the following skills: banking, engraving, printing, and art. So those 4.
And there were people of all professions who had been subjected to that.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
They found about 140 people. So they said, we'll get you the supplies. We'll get you the printing presses. We'll get you, whatever you need or whatever. And that's what you're going to do. Okay. So these bills were not easy. The English pound was not an easy thing to counterfeit at that time. They were ahead of the United States when it came to money at that time. So they had counterfeiting strips that were in there. They were different colors, versus like ours that were all just
different sizes and thicknesses too in Europe. So
before, the paper and things like that.
Yeah.
But here was the other thing is not only did they have like the serial number, but it was almost like an encryption code. Like there was a code that would generate the numbers. And so these people cracked the code.
Oh my gosh.
They got in there and they figured out every single thing to do, right? I mean, they got the paper, they got the counterfeit stuff, they got the serial number things worked out. I mean, so they figured it out, right? So they go and they set up these printing presses, and then they print more than 100 million bills.
For like all the European countries?
I think it's just England.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because part of the problem became specifically the Bank of England could not tell the difference between the real ones and the fake ones.
Okay.
They were so good that they couldn't tell the difference. Now, they weren't doing, I don't know all the denominations, but they weren't doing like £1 notes or whatever, like $1. They were doing larger notes, right? Because that would be a way to more greatly, affect the economy, right? So the only countermeasure that the Bank of England had was they stopped printing larger notes. So they're only printing small notes because all the large notes that are coming in are all counterfeit, right?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So there was 2 parts of the plan. The first part of the plan was to destroy England's economy. Okay. That didn't work because the Bank of England basically, because they countered and they said they'll just stop printing theirs. And so it all kind of evened out. Right. But the second part of the plan was they were going to fund German spies, German espionage. So if they were undercover or they were doing something, they needed to buy stuff. They were like, hey, just use these counterfeit bills, and so they would just give them counterfeit money. And that worked. The problem with that is you're not doing enough to impact an economy. If you're buying a car, you're paying for an apartment, you're doing whatever. You're not
infiltrating the entire economy. I did not know any of this. That's crazy.
And that brings me to, I am going to be paying you in English pounds for your appearance today. Here's where it never fell apart. I was going to say, here's where it falls apart. It never fell apart.
Really?
What happened was the Allies started closing in on the concentration camps. And so the SS were like, we got to get this equipment out of here. And so they took all the printing presses up into the Alps and they dumped them into the lakes. They took all the presses, all the evidence and everything, and they dumped it just in random lakes in the Alps.
I did not know any of this. This is crazy.
And so, that's literally what happened. But the one, I guess, kind of interesting thing about this, not interesting, but was as things were falling apart, the plans falling apart or whatever, these prisoners were like, let us help you. Well, we can do this better, or let us help you move the equipment, or let us help you, get rid of the evidence, whatever. So they kept dragging it on and dragging it on. And according to the thing I read, all of them escaped execution at the concentration camps because they were all doing these jobs, basically.
Brilliant.
And so they were there until the end,
Wow.
So anyway, their plan to destroy the economy just didn't work. Even though they dumped in more than 130 million pounds of counterfeit money.
I wonder if you can still find those bills today.
That's a good question. Of course, I mean, you have to be able to tell they're a counterfeit. The bank then couldn't tell which ones were counterfeit. So, maybe they have a way of telling that. I don't know. But what do you got going on?
Really interesting.
Yeah. What are you drawing there?
Well, this is, like Lake Geneva, let's say, right? And there's a printing press in there. And a 20-pound sterling bill with a lovely photo of the Queen, Her Majesty, Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth.
I thought it was George Washington.
And actually, I'm trying to think about this. Like, it might have been King George VI at that time. I'll have to go back and look.
That could pass for either one. It does look like the Queen has a mustache.
Right. It could. Well, King George didn't. But anyway, yeah. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So...
it did not work, though. It didn't jack up the economy.
No, it didn't really have any, even though they pumped all that money. Like I said, there was a possibility that it could have, but the Bank of England just said, well, then we'll just stop printing big bills. And so it just kind of balanced out, So, it's kind of interesting. But there you go. So there's two Kooky Tales. If you go online and you look for like strange things that have been counterfeited, there's all kinds of stories that are out there. But I thought those were two of the more interesting ones.
Right. I had no idea.
A lot of them were stuff like, did you know they counterfeit shampoo? And then it would say, yep, they counterfeit shampoo. Like that would be it. Like no interesting, story to go with it or whatever. So,
wow. That's so cool.
So there you go. Counterfeiting British money and counterfeiting. You know what you could buy with that British money?
Some bangers and mash.
Can of Budweiser. Have it imported from China. Get you
can of beans. Right there, I drew you an all-purpose royal right there. It could be Queen Victoria, could be King George.
That's fair enough.
Could be Queen Mary.
Generic enough,
right? So there you go.
So I think what we're going to do for the next episode is maybe we will see if we could get a camera like in the down position over here, and then that way we could get what you're drawing or something like that. You think
it's difficult, especially with stories like these. Like, you got to be really careful about what you draw. Like, I'm not going to draw anything offensive.
Sure.
But I mean, no one cares if I draw a really bad picture of Queen Victoria.
You know who does care? Queen Victoria.
She's dead. She's the grandmother of Europe.
Spoiler.
Rob. Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know.
You didn't?
I don't know.
She was a short queen.
Yeah.
You remember going to see the crown jewels? She had a tiny, tiny little crown that was on display on the side of the jewel room. Everybody else's crowns are great big, but she had like this tiny little head.
Well, so did Anne Boleyn later.
You were, yeah, there you go.
We went through the whole Tower of London.
Mm-hmm.
Boring.
That is not true. Take that back.
Boring. You go through and they go, here's a cane somebody used, and you go, boring.
So you didn't go up into the White Tower to see the executioner's axe? The axe blade cool. Was like that big, just the blade part. I mean, like he could get it. Well, actually, he didn't get him in one chop. Sometimes it was multiple hacks before they finally got it.
But as we wrapped up the tour, as we go outside, there's this little fountain, and then there's a circle, and there's a little sign, and it says, here's where they chopped off. Was it Anne Boleyn? One
of King Henry VIII's wives.
Yeah, Anne Boleyn. They chopped her head off there, and then they said, here's where it landed.
Yep, that's
a landmark.
There's a landmark. There's a little. She's buried in the chapel right there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a pillow. It's a pillow, a glass pillow on display there.
Where they put her head on?
Well, that's what the monument thing is the glass pillow where her head would fall.
I thought you meant
she's buried in the chapel right back there, though. Yeah.
Yay! All right. Well, there you go. So,
did you know money was printed at the Tower of London, and Sir Isaac Newton actually lived there as the first head of the mint for England?
Really?
Yeah.
You know what?
Fascinating, isn't it?
Yep, but not Kooky. So that's where we got to cut it off. You can find Kooky Tales Podcast over on Apple Podcasts. You can watch us right here, hopefully, on YouTube, or you can come over on Patreon, patreon.com/Kooky Tales Podcast. Now, if you sign up, we're going to have more about this down in the description, but if you sign up over on the Patreon, you are going to get a one-page newsletter in the mail. We're going to mail it. We're going to put it, I don't know if you've heard of these things. They're called envelopes. We're going to put it in there. No, it's not even an envelope. It's a manila envelope.
Oh my God, a manila envelope.
Yeah. from and it's when you lick it, it's vanilla. It's vanilla manila.
Hmm.
And you that was not even a good dad joke. It's dumb.
Unless you're Susan from Seinfeld.
That's true. Yeah. We're gonna get we better not have you lick the stamps. So you're gonna get a 1-page newsletter. You're also gonna get on cardstock a random one of Susan's artworks. Can they request one, or is it just
no?
random?
I'm only going to pick one, and I'm going to pick the one that I think is the best. I can't pick the one where I accidentally drew somebody's face wrong. That's not good. I really do like this one with the FBI van and the fake money. I think that's probably high quality.
Could be,
you know,
but it'll be for the whole month. So you're going to get a newsletter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we've got other shows to do. New shows are going to drop every Friday morning. So that'll be, again, if you want to listen to us. It's more fun, I think, to watch it because you can see the drawings. You can see our lovely mugs. You know, I just had to buy a new camera. I tell you about that.
you did, but we are not amused.
It should be.
The Queen's we.
And if you have feedback about this show, or you have a suggestion or a kooky tale you want to tell us about, you can send it over to us at
KookyTalesPodcast@gmail.com.
Absolutely. You're a good
Wingman.
pitch person.
Yeah.
And you're not a good wingman.
You can't. Your wife can't be the wingman.
First of all, not a man.
This isn't
You're the wing woman.
This isn't Ding Dong, Iowa.
That's the last time I'll take you out to Dingola.
Oh my God.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
We're outta
Welcome back. Good to see you
back.
all.
And we look forward to sharing many more kooky tales with you and with you.
And with you.
Peace be with you.
Also with you.
Bye, everybody.